Welcome all the viewers. In this video, we are going to talk about the major branch in the subject of political science. What I mean by this is that when you are aspiring to become a good student of political science, when you are aspiring for going for some competitive examinations, when you're going to aspire for some other exams, when you're aspiring to go for research, so what you need to understand about political science? What are the areas that you need to focus during your studies? Definitely they are prescribed in the syllabi at various colleges, universities. But what should be the focus of your studies? What are the areas that you need to understand? What is then asked in different examinations? What is then asked in different competitive exams? That you need to understand a bit. Now, the first important branch of political science, the first important branch of knowledge of political science, it is surely political theory. It's a broad spectrum of ideas, it's a broad spectrum of issues that have been taken by various philosophers, thinkers, for a long period of time related to different issues concerning the people. Like, what is governance? What is democracy? What is justice? Should there be a state? Why should there be a state? Who will govern the state? Why should there be a government? Why should not there be a government? So, what political theory focuses on is the basic issues concerning the people, the basic issues concerning the public, the basic issues of politics. So how we define it? We define it as the systematic study of political problems. Political theory is the systematic study of political problems. So we start with some issue at a certain point of time. So we start with state. So we start with the first question. What is state? Then we continue. Why there is state? Then we have a third question. Should there be a state? Then we have a fourth question. Who will govern in the state? Who will be the ruler? And then what will the state constitute? What will be the elements of the state? So we started with the basic question of should there be a state? What is a state? Then we talked about different issues concerning the state, different parameters, different paradigms of the state. So that's why we defined it political theory as the systematic study of political problems. We start with question A, then we move to question B, then we move to question C, then we move to question D, and we keep on moving. Why? Because knowledge has no end. Situations, states, questions keep on changing. If we have answer for the question, who will govern the state at one time, then there will be the second question. Why should this he or she govern? Then the third question will be how he or she should govern. So this means when we try to explain a certain situation, next question arises. That's why we say that political theory is the systematic study of political problems. We try to resolve an issue, we try to resolve a concern. Then with resolving a first concern, a second concern emerges. So we keep on adding, we keep on trying to resolving the issues concerning the politics. That's why this study is a continuous study. And if and when it has begun in certain period of time in history, political theory has no end. The study is going to continue over a long periods of time so that the human evolution, human history, the the benefits of knowledge, the benefits of politics, understanding politics, the benefits of knowledge reach to the people at large. So that's the scope, that's the brief explanation of this branch of political science. Now the second branch is international relations. Now what's international relations? It's the study of the relations between and among the nations. So we need to understand that today in this world there are so many nations. How do they interact with one another? How do they maintain relationship with one another? How issues are resolved? How confrontations take place? Why confrontations take place? These are the areas of study in international relations. How country A deals with country B. Say how India deals with China. How China deals with India. What are the theories? What are the basic theories which are followed by, say, states? What are the basic principles followed by the states in maintaining relationships, in interacting with one another? And then their international relations includes, say, different organizations, different international organizations. How do they work? How do they maintain their relationships with one another? How do international organizations like United Nations and other organizations work? So these are the major areas in international relations. Then we have another branch of political science, that's comparative politics. It's defined as the political experiences, institutions, behavior and processes of the major systems of modern government. It involves the study of the political experiences, institutions, behavior and process of the major systems of the modern government. So in comparative politics, we try to understand, we try to compare the politics, policies, institutions of different countries. We try to understand, say for example, the constitutions of different countries. We try to understand the policy making in different countries of the world. Now, why do we compare? Why do we do this? Why do we do a comparison? So, by comparison, we try to understand what are the benefits of a system, what are the negatives of a system. The third important branch in the Indian context is the study of Indian politics, which mainly consists of two sub-branches. One is the politics, Indian politics, that is studied as the politics of India. It's the period that includes before India's independence. So we study, say, national movement in India. Then the second part includes the study of politics in India post-independence. So Indian politics has two sub-areas. One is the politics of India, which involves politics before independence and politics after independence. But it has a major area of study that involves the study of the Constitution of India itself. The Constitution, which was adopted on 26th of January 1950, forms a major area of studies in political science in the Indian context. When you look at any examinations, any competitive or other exams, you will definitely and surely see questions on Indian Constitution. It's essential, important for every student of political science and other students also who are aspiring for competitive to understand this paper, particularly that of Indian Constitution, which talks about, say, features of Indian Constitution and various provisions and articles related to different institutions, organizations in the Constitution of India. Now, the fourth important area of study in our context, in Indian context, is regional or state politics. Regional and state politics involves the study of politics of a certain region or a state. Say, for example, in our colleges and universities, mostly the paper of Jammu and Kashmir politics is studied. So the politics of the state, say before independence and after independence, and some other aspects related to the state politics are studied. Now say for example, someone is the student, someone is studying in the state of Punjab, someone is studying in the state of Tamil Nadu. Surely he will be studying the papers, he will be studying, first he will be studying say political theory, papers related to political theory, thought, then international relations, then comparative politics, then Indian politics. Then he will also be studying the politics, the papers related to his state politics. So this gives a basic understanding of what we as students of political science need to understand, what areas we need to focus on for becoming a good student of political science. So what I first said, first involves the study of political theory, second is the international relations, third is comparative politics, fourth is Indian politics, and fifth is regional or state politics. Thank you. Do like, share and subscribe.